Hi everybody, this is Sarah Outlaw. I decided to do another video today, and today I'm going to talk about essential oils. So I am the owner of Natural Health Improvement Center South Jersey, which is a natural health care facility in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm also a blogger at Real Food Outlaws and herbalist at 90210 Organics, and I'm here on my farm at Outlaw Acres, coming to you to tell you a little about essential oils today. So I have some of my favorite essential oils. I use doTERRA mostly. I also use a little bit of Young Living and some other brands as well, like Plant Therapy and Our Acacia when needed. But I wanted to talk to you today about essential oils because I use them every day, and I have been using essential oils for, I guess, how long? Over 14 years. My second child is 14. It was before he was born when I started, so I've been using them for over 14 years in my home and with my family for our health. So I wanted to talk to you a little about my favorites, and get a pen and paper ready because I am going to be giving you some recipes that I don't have anywhere else, so I'm not going to send them out. So if you want them, you have to write them down. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what essential oils are, what are my top essential oil picks to use in the home, and some of my favorite recipes to use from some homemade DIY products. So I've entitled this Essential Oils 101 or Essential Oils Basics because it is a very basic class. So what we're going to do is talk about what essential oils are first. So essential oils are the aromatic compounds found in plants. They're called volatile oils. To make 1 drop of precious rose essential oil, it takes 60 roses, 60 whole roses. That's crazy, right? So that's why rose essential oil is so super expensive. They're essential to the life of the plant. The essential oils are essential to the actual life of the plant. Think of it as the lifeblood of the plant. And they can be found in the leaves, peels, or even stems, depending on the plant. So different essential oils come from different parts of the plant. And it's important to know that because, for example, if you are doing lemon peel, if you have a lemon peel, that's where the essential oil for the lemon comes from. It doesn't come from the inside. So when people are adding lemon to their water, lemon essential oil to their water, thinking they're getting all these great health benefits, they're not getting it from the fruit of the plant. They're actually getting from the peel. It's better to just squeeze a lemon and put it in your water. We're going to talk about internal use in a few minutes and how I feel about that. So the best ways to use essential oils are aromatically. Essential oils are meant to be inhaled. It's aromatherapy. So they begin to work immediately. They work on the olfactory senses of the nose, and when you breathe them in, they get into your bloodstream and they help you therapeutically that way. Topically, essential oils are great in massage oils and salves, and they have to be diluted though. The only 2 essential oils that don't technically have to be diluted are Melaleuca, aka tea tree oil, and lavender oil, but even those can cause sensitivities. So if you're hearing from anyone, essential oil reps or otherwise, that you should be putting essential oils undiluted on the skin, that is not true. You cannot put essential oils directly on the skin. I don't care what someone tells you. I get really upset about that actually, because it's really important to understand that these are very, very, very strong, and they can burn your skin, they can cause sensitivities, and once you're sensitized to an essential oil, it's impossible to desensitize yourself. So you're going to be allergic to that essential oil forever. So it's really important. Very rarely essential oils can be used internally. They are very powerful and should not be used internally daily. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. I do not recommend, as a clinical herbalist trained in aromatherapy extensively, I do not recommend the use of internal use of essential oils. So you should not be dropping grapefruit oil into your water. You should not be dropping lemon oil into your water ever. You really shouldn't. Water and oil don't mix. So if you're going to ingest an essential oil, it needs to be in something that's actually mixed in. So I will cook with essential oils every once in a while. So I'll use lemon essential oil in my favorite grain-free pancake recipe. That's from Life Made Full. It's a lemon buttermilk pancake recipe. The buttermilk is really just almond, a little apple cider vinegar to make it taste like buttermilk. But there is a few drops of lemon essential oil in there. But it's emulsified in with the batter. You're not getting it, drinking it directly with your water. So it's a whole different thing. I'm going to pull up here some information on diluting, on how you dilute it if you're going to put things on topically. So it's really important for safety reasons to dilute your essential oils for ages 6 months to 6 years. a 0.25% dilution is needed. So you're going to use 1 drop of essential oil per 4 teaspoons of a carrier oil. So if you have 1 drop of tea tree oil, you're going to add 1 drop to 4 teaspoons of a carrier oil. A carrier oil means just an oil that is going to assist the oil into getting into your skin. And a carrier oil can be olive or coconut oil, etc. So you can use any kind of oil for that. I prefer the high quality oils for that. Ages 6+, pregnant women, elderly adults, people with sensitive skin, weakened immune systems, or serious health issues, you're going to use a 1% dilution. That means 1 drop of essential oil for 1 teaspoon of a carrier oil. So you're going to do 1 to 1 when you are 6 or older with pregnant women or elderly adults that have sensitive skin. You'll notice if you put something on your skin, do a little patch test, and if you have any contact dermatitis, just check on that. You'll notice little red bumps on your skin after you put it on. Wait 12 to 24 hours, or you can come to me and I'll muscle test it for you and tell you in 2 seconds. So that's probably easier. Adults 2% dilution, so 2 drops per 1 teaspoon of carrier oil, 10 to 12 drops per ounce. And adults for short-term acute situations, for muscle aches, for migraines, 3% dilution, so you have 3 drops per 1 teaspoon of carrier oil. It ends up being 15 to 18 drops per ounce. So you can Google how to dilute essential oils for this information pretty easily. You can pretty much Google anything that I'm telling you, and that's the information that you will get. So there is much misinformation about internal use that I wanted to go into a little bit more because it's really important to me, as I always see people posting things about how they're dumping their essential oils into their water and just drinking them, and it really is disturbing to me. So along with the International Aromatherapy Company, I do say that you should never use essential oils internally without the guidance of a qualified healthcare practitioner. So if you have questions about that, feel free to talk to me about that. I'm in that category. So there are some essential oils that can be used safely internally. The safest path to take is to do them aromatherapy wise and not do them internally. That's much better and much safer. Oil and water doesn't mix, as I said. Using lemon oil and drinking water or peppermint oil to make tea, just use the lemon itself and use the peppermint. You don't need to use essential oils to make yourself a drink. There's no reason to do that. There really aren't any health benefits to that. You get the same health benefits from actually drinking the readily available herb or the lemon itself. Lemon essential oil can eat through rubber. So if lemon essential oil can eat through rubber, don't you think it would make sense not to drink it down your esophagus? Because your esophagus is much less well made, right, than rubber, or less strong, I should say. You want to be able to use plant medicine to support your body, not potentially damage your body. There's no long-term studies on the effects of drinking oregano oil, drinking lemon oil, and what the effects it does from your throat down to your stomach. You can actually give yourself an ulcer, burn a hole through your stomach, so you really need to be more careful when ingesting these types of things. The liver and kidneys also have to detox these aromatics, so if you're looking for something a little more potent than a tea, tinctures are a great option. So if you have any health issues and use an herbal tincture, in a future video I will talk to you about how to make an herbal tincture on your own, or you can always purchase those from companies like Herb Pharm, Herb, P-H-A-R-M for Herb Pharm. All right, so let's talk about my favorite essential oils now that we've gotten all the safety stuff out of the way. The top 5 essential oils for health and home. Lemon, my favorite. I use lemon all the time. I always have tons of bottles of it laying around. It's awesome. So lemon cleanses, detoxes, freshens, energizes, and sanitizes. So it smells amazing. I have a lot of cats, as most of you know, much to my husband's dismay, and they kind of stink. You know, cats stink, right? They don't stink themselves, but they go to the bathroom in a litter box, and the litter box tends to have a little bit of an odor. So I don't like smells. Smells actually really get on my nerves, and I get really like when it comes to smells. So lemon essential oil is always in my diffuser. My cat is trying to dump my tea. Rude. Excuse me for a second. I have to move this. So lemon essential oil is a good sanitizer. So I will spray it on my counters. I will put it in the toilet. I put it in my diffuser. It sanitizes the air. It makes it smell lemon fresh and summery in here, which is good since it's no longer summer and I need to have my summer fix. So that is one of my all-time favorites for making things and having lemon fresh scents in the house. Lavender is another one of my favorites. I love lavender. It's calming, cooling, it freshens, and it relaxes. So I'm actually going to open it right now. I love the smell of lavender. So lavender I use a lot, so I make a little blend in my diffuser on a daily basis. So I use a few drops of lemon, a few drops of bergamot, which is another one of my favorites. I love bergamot, or bergamot, however you like to say it. And 2 drops of ylang ylang, and 2 drops of lavender, and a couple of drops of grapefruit. And it's so nice. It's such a fresh, florally, lightly scented smell that really freshens the air. But lavender is really, really good for adding things like a kind of a deeper tone to your aromatherapy, and also for burns. So I always keep a roll. I have a roll-on of lavender that's already mixed with the carrier oil. So it's got coconut oil and also lavender in it. And anytime someone gets burned, we just roll it on really fast, and it helps to heal the burn. So we want to minimize scarring and any kind of burns. So lavender is wonderful for that. Melaleuca. Where's my Melaleuca? Melaleuca is actually tea tree oil, and it's the first oil that I have ever used. I love tea tree oil so much. It's like one of my favorites. I like the smell. It has a very clean, almost like a cleaning product smell without the gag factor and the chemicals. So Melaleuca oil is used for cuts and scrapes and disinfecting. Melaleuca oil is one that I will use if I go to the hospital to visit someone. I put a little bit on a Q-tip that's mixed with carrier oil, and I will put it in my nose, in my nostrils, and it will keep staph infection from colonizing in the nose. So you are less likely to get a staph infection, and you are less likely to get MRSA. Tea tree oil has been proven, you can look up the studies on PubMed if you'd like, to be one of the only things that can get rid of MRSA and fight MRSA when it's reached that antibiotic resistant stage. So it's really, really important to have tea tree oil in your house. I have multiple bottles around, keeps my family healthy. And it can be used in toothpaste. It can be used in all sorts of things. You don't want to ever take Melaleuca oil internally, though. That's when you can definitely not swallow. So it's for cleaning, sanitizing, and antiseptic. Peppermint. I should open that bottle too. I wish you were here because it really smells nice in my kitchen now. So peppermint is lovely. Peppermint you can, spiders hate peppermint. So if you put a few drops of peppermint oil in a spray bottle with some water and just spray it around the perimeter of your house, it helps to keep the insects away because they don't like it. So that's a wonderful way to do it. There's some, I don't know, some memes or something going around about how you can pour peppermint oil on a tick. Don't do that. If you pour peppermint oil directly on your skin, A, it burns, and B, it will cause a tick to vomit out the contents of its stomach into your skin. And if it's carrying Lyme disease or any other of the millions of diseases that they can carry, it just vomited it up into your skin. So you want to remove the tick safely. I'm sure there's better tutorials online on how to actually remove a tick without smothering it and without causing it to vomit into your skin, because that's really gross. So just use some common sense on that, and maybe put some peppermint oil in a carrier oil on the bite afterwards to kind of energize it a little bit, or antiseptic. I would rather use tea tree oil personally. It's really good for headache relief. You have to be really careful with, I'm trying to put my hair back so I want to show you something. You have to be careful with peppermint oil when you're doing it for headaches. Make sure it's in a carrier oil with the proper dilution, and you can put it on your temples, and you can put it here on the back of the neck if you'd like. There's 2 little pressure points here on the back of the neck that really help with headaches, and I used to get a lot of migraines, so this is really important for me. Just don't get peppermint oil near the eyes because it burns like the dickens. And if you try to wash it out with water, what happens? Oil and water don't mix, right? So it actually makes it burn worse. So you need to use, if you ever get something in your eye, you need to get some oil, so coconut oil, or some oil-based soap, like a Dr. Bronner's type olive oil-based soap, and wash it out that way because water actually makes it worse. So you have to be careful with those types of things. I wanted to show you a little tip too. It's frankincense. So we got frankincense, and frankincense is good for brain support, immune support, and mood enhancer, and skin care. So you can use frankincense for so many things. Good quality frankincense is very expensive. You get what you pay for, so make sure that you are looking for a good quality frankincense. It is really good for, a lot of people use it for tumors and cancer. Some research is on that. I would definitely do your own research on that and watch the kind of research that you are using. So I want to show you a little tip on opening an essential oil jar. So normally, you see the drop there? It actually comes out the sides. The middle hole is like an air hole. When your bottle's empty and you still have a couple little drops left that you don't want to waste because you spent a lot of money for it, if you put the cap back on and you go like this, wiggle it, look what happens. It takes it right off for you, so you don't have to get essential oils on you all over your fingers. So that's a little tip for you. You can just kind of wiggle it off that way and get those last few drops out very nicely. So I have a few recipes that I wanted to share with you. Sorry, I'm stuttering. Before I do that, I wanted to tell you a couple of uses for the oils that we just talked about. So lavender you can use for skin rashes, acne, burns, and sleep issues, either topically with a carrier oil or by diffusing aromatically. Tea tree oil melaleuca, it can be used for athlete's foot, eczema, acne, cold sores, nail fungus, warts, cuts, and insect bites. The lemon can be used for homemade cleaning products, antibacterial, anything with antibacterial things that you want to use it for, in cooking, and mixed with aloe for a homemade hand sanitizer. Peppermint is good for upset stomach, migraines, spray in the doorways to keep out the ants and spiders, which we talked about. And oregano, which we didn't talk about, but it's one of my favorite oils. It's for fungal infections, warts, viruses, and it's antibacterial. I am okay with using oregano oil, very, very diluted in, actually it's an oil. I actually will put it in one drop in some olive oil and gargle it that way. I've never swallowed oregano oil, though I know some people do, but I really just don't like using essential oils internally. It's just not my thing, so I won't do it. And if you need a mood lift, if you're a moody mom, you should take a Minchex from Standard Process, because that'll really help. That turned me into a very happy person. So Minchex is just some minerals that really help balance the mood and hormones. But if you don't have access to Minchex and you can't have me as your practitioner, then you can use lemon, grapefruit, lime, and orange. The citrus oils are wonderful, especially if you get seasonal. Seasonally, you have sad, when the sun starts to go away and it's dark by 5 o'clock in the evening, which I hate. You can use lemon, grapefruit, lime, and orange to really uplift your spirits and really, really help with that. There are so many more essential oils that I could talk about. Maybe I'll do a 102 kind of a class for you, but those are my top ones. They're easily to get, so those ones are kind of easily accessible to you. You can get them from Mountain Rose Herbs, you can get them from doTERRA, you can get them from me. Young Living, Acacia, whatever. So just as long as they're good quality. So before we talk about the recipes, I did want to talk about quality of essential oils for a minute. Don't buy oils from Amazon unless they're being fulfilled directly by the company that they're coming from. So if you go on Amazon and you see an essential oil that's from, like, so for example, a plant therapy essential oil, and it'll say sold by Plant Therapy, fulfilled by Amazon, that's okay, because it's directly from Plant Therapy. If you have an essential oil, like say a doTERRA essential oil that's from just some random person, don't buy that. You know what they do? They're really sly and ignorant, and they cheat people and lie and steal, because that's what humans like to do, right? So what they'll do is they will empty out the whole bottle into something else. They'll put a couple of drops of the essential oil back in and fill it up with a carrier oil. So you only have, and when you open it, oh, it smells like peppermint, but you only have such a small amount of the actual oil that you're not getting the actual full benefit of the oil, and you just wasted your money. And some of these oils are really expensive, so some people will say, oh, I got frankincense essential oil for like 15 bucks on Amazon or eBay, and it's normally $75. Guess what? You just got totally ripped off. It's so easy to find these little, that was not open. It's easy to find the resealable things and actually just seal it back up. So you're getting ripped off. So don't get ripped off. Don't even take the chance. Not everyone's going to cheat you, obviously, but most people, that's how they make their money. They're not going to resell it for, why would they sell a $75 bottle of frankincense oil for $15? They're not going to do that. You're getting ripped off. So please buyer beware of that. Don't buy oils that say fragrance oil on the label. These are not essential oils, and they are made synthetically. They're synthetic. There's no such thing as a cucumber melon essential oil. So if you're buying something that says cucumber melon, it is a fragrance oil, and it is it's synthetically made. So you just want to be careful about that. Most people, a lot of people who come into my office who get tested, I do muscle testing, they get tested and they are sensitive to certain perfumes and fragrances. Sometimes they're sensitive to certain essential oils too, but most of the time it's just the chemical fragrances that they're sensitive to. So my advice is to find some scents of essential oils that you really like and make your own perfume. So I can probably teach a class at some point on how to make a solid perfume. It is like with a stick, so you can actually rub the perfume on you, or a perfume spray, and those are really, really nice. So to store your essential oils, keep them in the bottles they come in and put them in a cool, dark place away from heat and light. So I keep these in my cabinet. I have an apothecary cabinet in the other room that I keep all my essential oils in, and it's really a nice place to keep them. And they really last forever. I haven't ever had an essential oil go bad on me. They'll evaporate before they'll go bad, in my opinion. So I think that the dates are down here on the bottom. So this says expires 2021. So that's a long time from now. So even if it does expire, it's going to be a long time from now. All right, so the recipes, everybody's been asking me about the recipes. So feel free to say hello in the comments. Feel free to ask me questions in the comments. Let me know you're here. I'd love to know who's watching right now. And also, let's talk about the recipes. So we've got a do-it-yourself lavender linen spray. This is by the blog Hopefully, and it makes 4 ounces. So you're going to need a small jar with a tight fitting lid, 1 ounce of witch hazel or vodka, 10 drops of lavender essential oil, 3 ounces of water, a small funnel, a spray bottle, and a label sheet, printer, and scissors. All you do is in your jar, combine the witch hazel and vodka, the lavender essential oil, put the lid on and shake it for 15 to 20 seconds to combine the two. The essential oil won't distribute in the water on its own, so you have to shake it up every time you use it. So then replace the regular top with the spray top, and then you can use that as your linen spray. So it makes a really nice linen spray for your bedroom. And lavender promotes restful sleep, so this is really good for little kids, especially if you're trying to get them to sleep. Just spray a little bit around the room, calms them down, especially when it's bedtime on a school night. There's also, if you have mold in your shower, mold, and the only thing that you use is bleach, then you can actually use an essential oil mold and mildew spray. This recipe is from Rooted Blessings, and this is 1 cup of distilled water, or I just use regular water because I don't have a distiller and I'm not buying distilled water from a store because it's a waste of money. So I just use purified water, 1 cup of vodka, 10 drops of tea tree essential oil, which is melaleuca oil, 10 drops of eucalyptus, and 10 drops of lavender. Combine all the ingredients and put them in a spray bottle, and then spray it directly on your mold and mildew problem. Leave it on for 30 minutes, and then at least 30 minutes, and then wipe it clean. Here is a DIY stress reducing solution. This is by Dr. Josh Axe, who I love, and this makes 1 to 2 ounces of product. So there's an aromatherapy blend. It's 10 drops of lavender, 10 drops of bergamot, 10 drops of frankincense, and 10 drops of myrrh. So that is an aromatherapy. So you can put that in a bottle and spray it, or you can put it in a diffuser, but just less drops, because this is more of a spray. There's also a stress-reducing bath blend. So what you do is you blend the above ones that we talked about, the lavender, bergamot, frankincense, and myrrh, and put them in a bottle, and then you can put them in 10 to 15 drops of that blend in some Epsom salts and put them in your bathtub, and you can have a nice bath with those. It's it smells very nice. All right, so sleep aid. Anybody have trouble sleeping? Raise your hand. If you're waking up at the same time every night, then you're not having trouble sleeping because you're having trouble sleeping. You're actually having an organ issue. So Google the Chinese meridian clock and find out what time of the night that you're waking up on a nightly basis, and that's the organ that's the problem, most likely. So your body's having problems detoxing. So if you're having problem detoxing, you need to figure out how to clean that organ out. If you need any help with that, just let me know. I'd be happy to help. So for your sleep aid, it's 20 drops of lavender, 20 drops of frankincense, 20 drops of cedarwood, and 20 drops of bergamot. Mix them all together, and then you can put a couple of drops in your diffuser at night, and then you can use them for sleeping. All right, anybody have cramps? Any women out there? Cramps, period cramps? The oils to use for those are 15 drops of marjoram, 10 drops of lavender, and 5 drops of clary sage. And I think I had peppermint oil on my fingers, so I just rubbed my nose, and now my nose is burning. So you're going to take your marjoram, lavender, clary sage, combine them in a bottle, and then you can diffuse those. Or you can mix them with a carrier oil and you can rub them across your abdomen when you're having cramps. There's also an already blended one from doTERRA called Clary Calm that I love. It's already in a roller bottle for you. So you can just take it and you can just do one little swipe across the ovaries and you feel great and it smells really nice. So if you want to order those, my website is mydoterra.com/90210 organics. That's 90210 organics. So if you want to order, you can. There's a PMS blend, mandarin, lavender, geranium, and rose. A little more expensive. Those are a little more expensive, so but I would recommend just buying a pre-made one of those. And then there's also a cough blend, 36 drops of eucalyptus, 24 drops of cedarwood, and 12 drops of pine, and 8 drops of myrtle. Some of those you can't get from doTERRA. You'd have to get them from like our Acacia or Mountain Rose because they don't have those. Just keep an eye or watch for your essential oil usage around little children. There's some new research that just came out that says that you shouldn't use the hot oils like the cinnamon, the eucalyptus, and peppermint, those around kids under the age of 10. So just do your own research on that, make your own decisions. I have my own opinions on those that I'm not going to get into here in the video. I've been using all these essential oils for a really long time with no problems. You just have to use them safely and just use small amounts of those other oils. So that is all I have for you today. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. If you would like me to present them differently, more of a interaction, I'm not sure how to do that, but other than lecturing. But if you have any ideas for me, constructive criticism, just let me know. I'm here to help you, here to educate you. Again, this is Sarah Outlaw. Have a great day.